Hey there everybody, my name is Mr. Doja, aka Mr. Team Awesome, and you are watching Keeping It Real, Season 6, Episode 4. Today's topic is sexual abuse. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so SAAM is the acronym, and I want to address this because I feel like a lot of people out here seem to be beaten into silence, and they feel like they had nobody else to turn to discussing about sexual abuse. So there's a hotline I would like you guys to call if you are experiencing anything that I have said. Contact 800-656-4673. That's 800-656-HOPE, and a local hotline representative will speak to you, and hopefully you can address these issues to them. If you feel like contacting a family or a friend is not enough and you need to speak to a professional. So, as I mentioned before, when you are put in a situation with harassment, please speak up about it. Because a lot of people seem to brush this type of topic underneath the rug because they feel like, oh, it was nothing, it's not that serious. But then when you suffer with the likes of trauma, or if somebody touched you inappropriate, or even if someone is flirting with you in a way that you felt like it was inappropriate, there was no consent involved, or you guys are being playful in the beginning and then it turns into violence where a person feels like they have the power to abuse you and turn you into no longer a human being. You become some type of property, an object, a meat per se. And most times people seem to deal with this situation because they are put in a position where they feel like, okay, the person that they're talking to is not looking at them the way they are looking at that person. The person that they're talking to is preying on them, taking advantage of them, manipulating them, blaming them for why they have experienced the assault. I have friends and even family members and people that I know personally that have experienced these things in their life. I too also have got caught up in a situation like that. Sadly, because you come off as friendly character, and sometimes you forget that sometimes how you approach a person may not go the way you would want it to go in your head, and you may not realize that, okay, to you it's probably no harm, but to the next person, what you probably have said or what you probably have done may have affected them. And, I take accountability for that, even though my situation is more a light scenario. But even though there's levels to it, I feel like sexual abuse is sexual abuse at the end of the day. And we as people don't seem to understand that no is no. Do not take advantage of a person. Do not feel like it's okay to think what you're doing is right. Ask questions. Talk. Don't assume. Don't think because everything is great, or you're set in a mood, or everything is just, going the way you think it's going. That doesn't mean it's okay. So I would like people to understand that sexual abuse can lead to trauma. It can make a person not look at you the same way. Even if you guys do try to make amends and, move forward with your lives and try to, coexist with one another. Not everybody is the same. Some people, they look at you different. Some people, it does ruin lives. So that's another thing. Get your facts straight. Make sure that the allegations or things that you want to address and speak up about are accurate, factual, and don't be beaten into silence, because sometimes there are situations where people they feel like their voice is not being heard because who's gonna really believe them? Like I said, there's levels to it. There are people that they do need to address these things too. Some people do turn to social media and speak up about these situations. Some people broadcast it in the public, they'll tell people. Some people wait a lot of years before they feel like they are comfortable of coming clean about it. Like they wait for like a band of people to come out and address something, and then that's when they feel like they feel they're safe enough to come out and address it too. Because sometimes doing it by yourself is not enough. Maybe sometimes you may need a band of people to take down your sexual abuser. So what I want to say is that don't feel like it's your fault for whatever it is that has happened to you. Understand that sexual abuse leads to control. It's all about power and manipulation and trying to take advantage of the next person you're preying on. And I want people to understand that there are people out there that is willing to hear you out. Speak up about the situations that you have experienced, and don't let this slide. Speak up about it, whether it's at work, whether it's with a friend, whether it's with a family, especially with a family, because a lot of people seem to ignore even child abuse, child sexual abuse, like molestation. Be mindful of who you bring your kids around. You may have a predator in your family, unfortunately. If it's at work, know your boundaries. Speak up about it, whether it's a boss or even a coworker. Speak up about it. Abuse is abuse at the end of the day. Don't feel ashamed that you experience this thing. Know that you can get through this. You will conquer it. And even if the trauma does affect you from time to time, you can receive help. And that's what I want to talk about. I hope that each of you guys that are taking the time to watch this video, if you made it to this end, I appreciate you. Speak up about your problems. Like I said before, I did speak up about the things that I may have done. Now, I haven't done anything like sexual related, but I know for a fact that I was put in a position where you may think something is okay, you go for it and do it, and then you realize it wasn't okay. So, like I said before, put myself out there as an example, and to anybody else that's watching this, be mindful of your actions, because something that be as little as kind or flirting or just being comfortable with the next person may not always be okay. So pay attention to those signals. You don't want to have mixed signals. You want to be able to be on the same page with the other person. Consent always. And understand there's a time and place for everything. And we're adults here. Address it. Don't just wait. I know some people do wait on certain things until it builds up and escalates, but sometimes waiting is not worth it, because if you wait and then it escalates and then it just blows up, then it's kind of like you could have avoided it, but you let it go further than what it should have, and because of that, it's like it happened. Now, I'm not blaming you, but there's certain things you can avoid from happening. So, as I said before, address the problem, and most importantly, speak up. I gave you the hotline. I'll be sure to put it in the caption below. And to all the survivors, I'm proud of you. Keep fighting the good fight. Anyway, follow me on Facebook.com/TeamWilson418, Instagram.com/TeamWilson418, Twitter, same handle. Thank you everybody that's continuing to watch these videos. And it's been quite a ride. I might wrap up this season. I don't know how long what I'll be continuing to be doing this, but for the time being, I'm glad to also, most importantly, help each and every one of you guys that do take the time to watch these videos. So give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching this on Instagram, share it in your stories. If you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe, like, and thank you for tuning in. So, my name is Lorenzo. Take care. Don't be afraid to speak to me. I'm always there to help out people as much as possible. And at the end of the day, I'm also learning as a person, because we are humans. We make mistakes. And I just want us all to be better. So, love you. Take care.